Hello there, and welcome back to
Phillips.
Two Shopsmiths. And I'm Philip Jr.
And I'm Philip Sr. So in this episode, we're going to continue to work on our CNC cart. So let's get started.
Okay, so now we are coating our wood with boiled linseed oil or blow. And the reason we are doing that is to make it pop, to make it beautiful, to make it just stand out more.
Yeah, so you don't need to do this, do you?
Yeah.
And then we're going to put some polyurethane on top to protect it.
Yeah.
And we're just putting the boiled linseed oil first because we like the way it looks.
Yeah.
All right, let's get started.
What's the magic? And I need more blow.
Yeah.
Should we just throw this away?
No, we should not. All right. An important safety tip when you're using something like boiled linseed oil, don't just take this paper towel or a rag and throw it in the trash. As this dries, it can generate heat and it can actually catch fire. So you don't want that to happen to you. So just make sure that you take this, hang it up, let it dry out, and then throw it away later. So, big important tip for you on that. Now what are we going to do, PJ?
We are now spreading wipe-on polyurethane.
Yeah.
Can I spread it?
Yep.
Wait, not wipe-on, I mean brush-on.
Brush on. So, here's what you want to do. Dip it, wipe it off, and wipe it with the grain like this.
Okay.
All right. So now we have our tabletop done, and it's finished. So we're ready to start cutting some of the boards that are going to go on below it. So first we did a couple of quick calculations. We actually made a small change, decided to want the table to be a little bit taller. And so I decided to make it 36 inches tall instead of 34. It might just be a little bit easier for typing on a keyboard, etc.
These are our calculations.
So we decided that we would just make it super simple, and we're going to cut all of the support boards. The 4x4 is going to be 33 inches long now. They were going to be a little bit shorter before, but we decided to go a little bit bigger. For the other boards, we're going to use pocket holes, and we're just going to put those right into the side of the 4x4s. And that should be plenty strong for our purposes on this particular project. So we're going to go ahead and start cutting those. We calculated the width of the board is 20.5 inches. And from that, we want to subtract 7 inches for the two 4x4s, which are actually 3.5 by 3.5. And we also subtracted 2 inches so that the support boards are not right up to the edge, because that doesn't look good. For the other dimension, came out at 32.5. So we subtract 7 from that again, we get 25.5. And then from there, on the one side, I want a 9-inch lip where the keyboard's going to stick out. Also, we have our handles where you can steer the cart. And 1 inch on the other side. So another 10 inches off of that gives us a 15.5 inch length for those boards. So let's get cutting. Okay, so we're ready to start cutting. I'm going to start by cutting the 4x4s. Now, I'm going to use my miter saw for this instead of the table saw just because for big, long stuff like this, it's a lot easier. If you have a miter saw, go for it. If not, you could always use the table saw. So first thing we want to do is cut off the end. We never want to use factory ends because they're usually kind of cruddy. They're not straight and all that. I'm just going to slide this down. The first thing I'm going to do is square off this end. I want to take as little off as I can. Alright, so let me get some hearing protection.
Oh.
Alright, so that is our table legs done. Now we just need to cut some 2x4s. Now we're going to use some pocket holes and screws in order to put everything together. So we've already cut the boards for the bottom. And now it's time to use our Craig jig in order to drill the holes for the pocket screws. So we're going to drill 2 holes on each end. Ready, PJ?